Did everybody enjoy that last night? Did everybody get it out of their system last night? CM Punk has returned to the WWE bubble. I'm not worried about technicalities, as I've said a million times on this channel. BC, he's with Fox, not WWE. He even said it last night. You've got to be the only one in this world who's been living underneath a rock to think that anyone ever thought he signed with WWE. We knew from day one it was with Fox. It said in bold letters, CM Punk signs deal with Fox. Everyone understands that. Where did this narrative that people didn't understand that even originate from? I don't understand why this is even a topic. Everybody knows it's with Fox. The point that nobody wants to come to terms with. The point that everybody just wants to let kind of fall by the wayside and not make CM Punk really explain is the fact that CM Punk has returned to the WWE bubble. CM Punk fanboys just want to say it's with Fox. It's not with WWE, but they don't want to actually talk about what he's going to be discussing, what the world he just jumped back into. It's WWE, the same place that for over 5 years he has said is that bad place. It's that prison. It's that phony world. It's the fake world. These are all words that he has used. But in just 5 years, you can say 6, he's right back. He says he's older now, he's more mature, he's learned to forgive. But you still shit on professional wrestling for over 5 years. You talk so much shit about that company, and you're back doing what with Fox, guys? Everyone that's saying it's with Fox, not WWE, he's back talking about it. He is in that world rubbing shoulders with WWE contracted talent. Paige, Ember Moon, Booker T, Samoa Joe, Renee Young, and hundreds more within the next year plus. You honestly think WWE doesn't have staff or producers or people, suits and ties, that show up to Fox Studios during these filmings? They do. I can tell you that. I can confirm that. I know for a fact. I know names of people that work in Stamford, Connecticut that show up to Fox Studios when they film this show on Tuesday nights, 11 p.m. Eastern Time, backstage. I know for a fact that CM Punk is talking with these suits and ties. So when CM Punk tells you he has never talked to WWE since coming back, because that's what he said last night, I call bullshit. But then again, I call a lot of bullshit with CM Punk, don't I? Because he's a walking contradiction. He's what we call a pathological liar. That's what CM Punk is. But he creates this farce. He created this delusional world where he was able to get enough delusional people to believe in his bullshit. So when he speaks, people go, wow, this is uncontrollable, brutal honesty right here. This is unreal. Vince McMahon's peeing his pants right now. When in reality, Vince McMahon's the one who's been plastering CM Punk's puss all over his television shows. In reality, everyone's talking about Seth Rollins and CM Punk going back and forth. This fits right into Vince McMahon's pocketbook. That's right. I picture Vince McMahon with a pocketbook. This fits right into what he wants. What was the harshest thing CM Punk said last night? Oh, creative's bad and the whole Baron Corbin thing is garbage. Wow, that really leveled Vince McMahon. But after he said that the Baron Corbin segment from SmackDown was garbage and creative is just bad, everybody took to social media and started talking about how this is brutal honesty. That CM Punk is back and better than ever. The voice of the voiceless. And I'm like, what did he do? He's done nothing that Corey Graves hasn't done in the last several weeks. He's in the WWE bubble. Don't be fooled. He's talking to WWE. What did you expect him to do last night? Go out there and go, I've talked to a bunch of WWE people. In fact, I even talked to Vince McMahon. He called me and congratulated me on the show. What do you expect him to do? Say, I'm talking to Vince, I'm talking to WWE? Of course not. He wants to seem and it wants to come off, and Fox is fine with this as he's the rebel, he's the outlaw. He's the guy who's going to say anything at any moment. When in reality last night, all we got as a soundbite, if you will, was that WWE's creative is bad because the Baron Corbin thing is garbage. And the best thing I see is the women in NXT. Well, this is shit that we've been saying here on this channel for years. But he's not going to dissect into anything. You know why? Because he's towing that line. What line, guys? I'll tell you what line. The company line. He's doing all the right things and saying all the right things to come across as an outlaw, a rebel, a brutally honest outsider, when in reality I see straight through his bullshit. He'll give you sound bites every week, no doubt. Creative is bad, booking is horrible, this person is doing something stupid. Okay. you're just, again, you're a YouTuber now who is signed to Fox. That's what you are. I mean, it seems to be what everybody's doing, but unless you're jumping in and dissecting it, then you're not bringing anything of substance to somebody like the Amplified Man. To a normal run-of-the-mill CM Punk fanboy, you're the second coming of Christ. Anything you say, they're gonna bow down to. The second he said the Corbin thing, what was his exact quote? He said, it makes me wish I didn't take the job or something, and creative is just bad. Wow! Everybody took to social media. Brutal honesty! Wow! What are you we all trashed a motherfucker. Anybody with a set of fucking eyes knows that was horrible. You just gotta hear that segment and know it was absolute trash. You needed CM Punk to say, it was bad. To go, wow, this brutal honesty is what we've been missing. Corey Graves has been doing it for fucking weeks if you want to give somebody credit for it. Some of the shit Graves says, obviously I want to put him through a wall, but the other half, it's what we've been saying. The Rusev and Lana storyline and how we feel about it. How Big E deserves his own singles push. Corey Graves goes into detail too. They're just bringing what people like the Amplified Man have been saying for years on YouTube, and we've been getting shit for it for years from fans. I once had a fan literally say, I wish people like BC Amplified weren't so negative because it's making pro wrestling not fun anymore. And I thought that kind of hurt me a little because I'm thinking, I'm making it not fun? Or are they making it not fun? And now here we are, just a year and a half after I saw something like that on social media. Here we are now where you got shows that WWE are producing, Corey Graves, and they're saying, hey, get a little controversial. Talk a little bit of crap about the product too. And now they got guys like CM Punk over on Fox. So now it's the cool thing to do to kind of trash the product a little bit too, right? They're going to make it a little bit more risky. But when I was doing it a couple years ago, everybody came down on me because I was being too negative. I was critiquing too much. So you gotta look at it from the Amplified Man standpoint, guys. I'm seeing a dude out there who's been saying everything that I've been saying for years, only at 2%. So what validity am I putting into it? If you're a CM Punk fanboy, I totally get it. Your guy is back, and he's saying stuff. He's saying this is bad and that's not good. Wow! But if you're the Amplified Man, he's not dissecting into anything, and I don't see that happening anytime in the near future. He's gonna give you sound bites. If that's the case, I can just listen to myself every single video, every day. Make a video and then go back and watch myself because I'm sure I'm going to be entertained. Because I'm dissecting what I don't like and what I'm critiquing and what I'm being negative about. I hope this makes sense. This is just another dude. This is a Corey Graves basically coming back and saying stuff because he's an outlaw. I see through the bullshit though. I don't give a shit if this is exclusively to Disney Channel, his contract. He's rubbing shoulders once more, and he is back in that WWE bubble. Deal with it. For some reason, CM Punk fanboys cannot understand that it doesn't matter who the contract is right now, he is back on a WWE show. Because that's what it is. We can sit with the technicalities, oh, it's a Fox show, BC. Do you honestly think that Vince McMahon is giving them Ember Moon, Samoa Joe, having Renee host this thing, Booker T? They're all under contract with WWE. You think Vince's suits and ties aren't right there? All the footage that is being shown, the way that this show is produced, This screams WWE's blueprint. Please, I need you guys to think about it. CM Punk fanboys are just, it's Fox, so he's a rebel without a cause. What did he say last night in that hour, guys, that was fucking breathtaking? What did he say that was just brutal honesty we've never heard before? From people like the Amplified Man. What did we hear? We heard creative is bad right now, and the women in NXT are bright spots, and the Baron Corbin thing, yeah, that was bad. Wow, brutal honesty, man. Thank you. Thank goodness CM Punk is back to tell us that. A guy who hasn't even watched for 6 years, supposedly. But he's back to tell us that this is bad and this is... Okay, thank you, buddy. And everybody on social media is the CM Punk fanboys. They're already fucking best in the world. Best in the... At what? What is he the best in the world at? Getting his ass kicked in 60 seconds? Maybe. He's not the best in the world at pro wrestling. He never was. Not even close. You can't put CM Punk in the category of Bret the Hitman Hart or Shawn Michaels. You cannot put CM Punk in the category of AJ Styles or even Ali. The microphone he was good at, no question. But after his pipe bomb in Las Vegas, there was a decline. He never kept that steady. He was a good, and this isn't a bashing on Punk necessarily, and if you take it as such, I don't give a fuck. CM Punk, another contradiction of CM Punk. It's not like I'm gonna hurt his feelings anymore, because after I made a couple of videos being what CM Punk said he loves, brutal honesty, I was brutally honest about his UFC fights, and I put a couple videos up, and he got so offended by it. He was so upset that he found the Amplified Man on social media and blocked me. Never sent him one thing on social media, but he saw my videos and blocked me because he couldn't take my brutal honesty. But here's the walking contradiction, CM Punk himself on FS1 talking about he's gonna be brutally honest. A walking contradiction. He is a pathological liar. He says one thing, he does another. He shit on WWE for over 5 years and pro wrestling, and here he is right back. Right back in the bubble. It's with Fox. I don't care if it's with fucking Disney Channel. He's on a WWE show. It's a Fox show. It's a WWE show. He is talking about WWE with Vince McMahon's talents. He's forced to watch clips. He's forced to do promos. He's back. WWE logo everywhere. You don't think Vince McMahon is smiling right now? And you got idiots on social media going, Vince McMahon's pissing his pants right now. He just called creative bad. And the Baron Corbin segment was horrible. You think Vince gives a fuck? All this did was make people talk about CM Punk Seth Rollins last night. That's all it did. More money in Vince McMahon's pocket. The less you're talking about AEW, the more you're talking about Punk and Rollins, or Punk coming back to WWE, or Punk talking about WWE, whether positive or negative. Vince McMahon is winning. CM Punk fanboys, do you understand? Vince is winning. Is that understood? Some people out there in the wrestling community think this is a big victory against Vince McMahon. Wow, Fox landed Punk. Now WWE is going to be flipped upside down. Yes, that just ruined Vince McMahon's day. Please, being able to plaster CM Punk's face all over Monday Night Raw 3 separate times and SmackDown 3 separate times. Oh yeah, ruining business for Vince. I don't give a fuck if you guys think this is a bashing or not. I understand who CM Punk is as a person. He's a walking contradiction. He's a bullshitter. I don't buy what he's selling. Not at all. I never did from day one. But then the guy says he wants brutal honesty. You give it to him and he blocks everybody every chance he gets. Well, that's not accepting brutal honesty then. And then you claim you're going to give brutal honesty. And all you gave last night was, that segment was bad and creative is bad. Wow. Riveting CM Punk. Mic drops. There's probably people out there on social media going, wow, pipe bombs were laid down. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, I tell you, man. Again, he's basically just today's YouTuber who thinks it's the cool thing to do to just trash pro wrestling, more specifically WWE. Just by saying, I hate this, I don't like this, and this person, I don't like them. Subscribe and I'll see you next week on my YouTube channel. You're not bringing anything of fucking value. You're just another one of these fucking, these bullshit YouTubers that I can't even watch because it's so fucking cringeworthy. You're just another one of them. You talked all this shit and then you came back just over 5 years later. Some people were talking about, in 10 years, he'll be back. He'll be in the Hall of Fame. 5 years is all it took for this guy to be like, all right, I'm kind of ready to come back. I'm ready to talk WWE once again. But it's with the Disney Channel, don't worry. It's not with WWE. I'm not talking to anybody in WWE as he talks to Renee and Booker and Paige and the suits and ties that are making sure everything's going okay for Fox. But nobody else. Oh, I tell you guys, man. So I'll give you guys the exchange, all right? This was an ending promo that he cut that everyone's like, wow, CM Punk is back. And I'm going to go over the transcript and let you guys know that this is a fucking stupid promo. It just is. But here we go. To set this up, Rollins over to Punk earlier in the week just said, fight me. So Punk tells Rollins during the show just to stop tweeting. Again, people on social media, CM Punk fanboys, mic drop, pipe bombs. All he said was stop tweeting. Okay, we've said that to Seth Rollins a million fucking times. So then Tom Arnold said something in the week too. Tom Arnold over to CM Punk said, I love CM Punk. He weighs like $150 now, so I could probably take him. Night blindness and all. So Tom Arnold is saying CM Punk is so small these days I can take him. Okay, so you got Rollins and Tom Arnold talking shit to Punk. So Fox sets this thing up. Don't worry, I'll play along. Fox sets this thing up where he does this promo on Seth and Tom. It's kind of like a universal promo. He's killing two birds with one stone. That's the old adage. 2 birds, 1 stone. So Punk says, and I quote, in this mic drop promo of his that people are claiming, I just think it was dumb, actually. He says, I didn't ask for this, and you shouldn't ask for this either, Tom. If I wanted shit from you, I'd scrape your tongue. You have a tattoo of Roseanne Barr on your chest that you covered up with a tattoo of Stephen King. And this is coming from somebody that has a tattoo of ramen. All right? You lose the stupid tattoo contest. Just like you would lose the promo contest. Oh, this is riveting stuff. And I don't care if I'm 150 pounds, if I'm 200 pounds. You couldn't take me bowling. So take your fake Cubs fan, LA Dodgers hat-wearing ass and get out of here before I throw you out the front door. Go search for relevancy somewhere else, Seth. I mean, Tom. It was so stupid. But if you go on social media, people have been clamoring for CM Punk solo. CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, right? Those are those people, the fucking 27 people at every arena that want to chant that shit. They were like, what a promo! He's back! 5+ years and he didn't miss a beat. Where was the zinger? The bowling line was the best, I guess, but that's something that people have been saying for years. Fucking decades, that's been an old adage line. It's not something he just came up with. So, I mean, where was the zinger? Talking about how he has a ramen tattoo, and Tom Arnold has a Roseanne one that he turned into a Steve. I mean, this just got weird. This was as weird as earlier in the show when David Arquette and Booker T were having a back and forth promo. It ended up being a love fest, so I put the promo in quotes. But I mean, and at the end he says, go find relevancy somewhere else, Seth. I mean, Tom. So then afterwards, Rollins responds on social media, on Twitter, and Rollins actually puts hell, capital letters, hell of a response in quotes. And he gives the are you serious emoji face, and he just put coward. So he calls CM Punk a coward. Because he's like, here you are talking again, you're yapping away, but you've yet to really respond to me. You talk about what I should be doing. Again, Vince McMahon is loving this. Everybody's talking about Rollins and Punk. Punk blasted Rollins, and Rollins had a lame response back, right? Everyone's trashing Rollins still. His response is lame, it's mediocre, it's bullshit. He got knocked out by CM Punk's promo. But Vince is the winner here. You're not talking AEW, you're talking about Punk, who was talking about a WWE show the whole fucking hour on a WWE show on FS1. And he's dropping mic drop promos on Seth Rollins, one of Vince McMahon's big stars right now. So Vince is winning here. How do you figure Vince is peeing his pants? Stop. I need you to think clearly. Or else you're just going to be taken for another ride. A year from now, when a contract is up, or it's a multi-year deal, I would think. But in a year, I'm sure he can have an escape clause. And I'm sure when he's fed up with it and he's done, Punk will fucking walk out on you again. So be careful how much you love the dude, because he's going to walk out on you again. And you're going to have people like me who told you the first time. I'm going to be telling you the second time. Stop believing a bullshitter. He only criticized the product one time, too, last night, which is what everyone was waiting for. It was only like 5 seconds. And it was lobbied up for him, right? Renee kind of lobbed up the softball for him. You could see when they come back from the Baron Corbin video package, and Renee Young just looks at Punk and says, basically, you're on. Like, this is your opportunity, you know? Like, this is what we really hired you for. Just give us some sound bites. Say it was bad or something. You know, it was just so unorganic. Renee Young is just lobbying that over to Punk, and Punk, all he said was, yeah, it was bad and creative is bad, and but I do see bright spots, the women and NXT. He's given all these right answers that the diehards have been saying for fucking years. It's just gonna be more cookie cutter bullshit. If it seems like I've gone along on this, I haven't gone long enough. I can honestly shit on this dude every fucking day, twice on Sunday, because it's so easy. Every time he opens his mouth, it's a new contradiction. But if I'm being brutally honest, which I am no lie at all. The intrigue, the interest was tenfold last night. I've never watched a full backstage. In fact, since it's debuted, I forget it's even on. Last night, the whole hour. And I'm sure a lot of us did. I expect that 100,000 viewership from last week, I expect that to at least be doubled. We'll see what the ratings have later. Later in the day. But I expect it to be doubled because people, especially the diehard, we were waiting to see if this was going to be something worth our time. At 11 p.m. on Tuesday nights, Eastern time. Is this going to be something that's really going to just revolutionize the pro wrestling business, especially WWE? But no, it's cookie cutter soundbite bullshit. I'm sorry, not sorry if that hurts your feelings. Because I know CM Punk fanboys and people that are just been yearning for something, and CM Punk is that something for you. You guys took to social media afterwards and you were talking about how this was just amazing TV. I didn't see it. I saw the same bullshit in CM Punk. Talking about wrestling, as he calls it, right? Fucking real. Get out of here. So, I gotta be honest. Can't say I'll be watching, or at least not full episodes in the future. And if I am able to catch them, I'll catch them and I'll critique it right down the fucking middle, you know? If CM Punk is saying the same redundant bullshit that the rest of the community has been saying for fucking years, and he's not giving us any new perspective or anything worth our time, then it's not doing anything. Vince won't listen to CM Punk and go, we need to change this. Vince McMahon doesn't give a fuck. Vince McMahon just called out checkmate. CM Punk is talking about WWE surrounded by WWE talent in suits and ties and surrounded by WWE logos. Vince McMahon can once again put CM Punk's mug on his fucking shows to promote the shit. When Punk is the one that said he's never coming back, that's done. That place is like a prison. That's a phony world and I'm fucking done. What was I doing with my life all those years? And here he is 5 years later, collecting that paycheck. I swear, it's with Fox. It has nothing to, this is the term I've been hearing. It has nothing to do with WWE, but the show is all about WWE. He's working with WWE. He's talking about, he is watching WWE. He's surrounded by WWE logos. He's making his money off of WWE. The paychecks are Fox though, BC. What's he doing at Fox? Is he at Fox just talking about Fox? Is that what he's doing? Is he talking about how great Fox is? Is he talking about NFL? Is he talking about the MLB? Or is he talking about WWE? So it has everything to do with WWE. Stop fooling yourselves because you're really starting to sound stupid, man. These people. Thank goodness it's not the amp unit. The amplified unit, we're the smartest breed in the wrestling community. But you'd be surprised. You would be surprised the amount of stupidity that is out there in the world, especially in this community. It is absolutely astounding. Before I end this vid, oh man, I could go another fucking hour or two on this chump. But before I end this vid, I do want to talk about a few other stories real quick. 24/7 title, if anybody gives a shit about it. It changed hands twice yesterday, within the last 24 hours anyway. It was won by a WWE employee in Stamford, Connecticut, and then I believe R-Truth won it back from that employee in Stamford, Connecticut. I believe. I heard it changed hands twice. It wasn't worth doing immense research, to be honest, because now it is beyond joke status. WWE employees, honestly, this is what it's got. This 24/7 title had a chance to be something epic, something special. And every week it declines more and more in ways that I never even thought to be possible. Goldberg says he is not done yet, and he has not wrestled his last match. He says he will be back having another match in WWE. It's just about getting in the right shape, but that was definitely not his last match at SummerSlam with Dolph Ziggler. Do you guys think that's the right call or not? Do you think that's it for Goldberg? What we saw with The Undertaker, whether he knocked himself out or not, which is the case, but even if he didn't, do you guys think that Undertaker match was going to be something special? I'd have my doubts. I think a match what he had with Dolph Ziggler is all he can really do these days. Now, on one hand, that's still cool. I still want to hear Goldberg's music, and he's still larger than life in a company that has not created a larger-than-life superstar in more than a decade. But on the other hand, I mean, at what point does it start to become sad? I don't know. Eye of the beholder, you guys let me know. Shorty G and his wife Christy just welcomed in their third child, Charles James Betts. It's Shorty G's first boy out of 3. So, congrats to him, because I know a lot of people that have had a couple of girls and they're just like, hey, if we have another one, this has to be a boy. I cannot have a house full of girls. So that's awesome that they actually were able to get a boy this time. And again, his name is Charles James Betts. So Shorty G has an even shortier G now. Lastly, Brie Bella. She says on this big talking point on Total Divas, this is a big storyline that was taken from Total Divas or Total Bella. I don't know what show this was on, but it became a headline. Brie Bella pausing her next trial with Daniel Bryan to go for tag team titles, or at least the thought that her and Nikki are going to come back and go for the tag titles. I say personally, no thanks. When it comes to the tag titles, Bellas, you can look, but please don't touch. How do you guys feel about that? Would you like to see the Bellas come back and take the titles, man? We had promise with those tag titles when they first debuted, and they went on Sasha and Bayley, and you thought, okay, maybe they're going to be actual wrestling titles, but then we saw that they quickly became just a joke, and they were passed around like a hot potato. You had the Iconics holding them, then you had Nikki Cross and Alexa. Just recently, you have Asuka and Kairi. That brings some relevancy back to the tag titles. But if the Bellas come back and take it from them, is that really making them prestigious? I have my doubts. Again, it's in the eye of the beholder. How do you guys feel about it? That's it. I went long enough on this whole fucking thing, and talking about CM Punk just gives me a fucking headache. No matter, even though I can bash this dude 24/7, it still gives me a headache every fucking time. That smug little look, acting like he's this outlaw, acting like he's this bad guy. I changed my mind. Maybe he is a better actor than I thought. A walking contradiction that he is, man. And that's what I spent an hour on last night. The interest was there, the intrigue, but when the hour was done, I can't tell you I was like, wow, he brought something fresh. It was the same fucking shit that I've been spewing for fucking years, but when I do it, it's negative and I critique too much. When Punk does it on TV, that's brutal honesty. Fuck out of here. The dude hasn't watched in 6 years, supposedly. But let's give him everything in the world. The dude walked away from you for 6 years. Not even a fucking hello in any fucking promotion. But let's just bring him back with open arms. The dude shit on the business for almost 6 years. But let's bring him back with open arms. I'm not one of these fucking sheep. I'm not one of these Punk fanboys. I'm gonna call it down the middle, and I'm gonna give Punk what he's telling everyone else he's gonna give them. Brutal honesty. Somebody's gotta critique this motherfucker, and that's the Amplified Man. If you didn't like my words in this video, tough shit. Perhaps you're new to the channel. I don't give a fuck. I'm rolling in everything I need to be rolling in right now. I'm good. The Amplified Man, he's just beginning the voyage. The voyage to take that seat from Punk Master. Fuck out of here. The Amplified Man. Till tomorrow's AEW NXT duo review. For now, bow. Check you later.